The sky burned gold as the dragon soared above the clouds. Beneath his great wings, rivers shimmered, forests whispered, and the world watched in silence. The girl on his back, her hands wrapped gently around his warm neck, smiled like someone who had just opened a new book, not saved an ancient beast. Her name was Areum. And though she was small, her courage had shaken the stars. The dragon, now known once more by his true name Ryan, was no longer the silent prisoner of Gorthanine. His white scales, once dull and broken, now glowed like morning frost. His breath no longer tasted like chains. It tasted like hope, but peace, even when it begins, is not easily accepted. Above them, in orbit, fleets still floated. Fighters stayed locked in place. Commanders whispered orders they could not speak aloud. Not engage, do not fire. Wait, because what could they say? The girl had pulled a thorn. The galaxy had prepared for war. But Areum had brought a crayon and a smile, and somehow that was stronger. Still not everyone believed it. Far in deep command halls, the leaders of the United Galactic Council sat in a room of marble and steel. Around the table were generals, senators, cyber clerics, and star kings. Their eyes flickered with nervous light. He cannot be trusted, barked a tall woman in a red coat. He destroyed planets. He saved a child, replied an older man, touching his chest. And she rides him like he's her brother. That is manipulation, a trick. Or maybe, said another voice, soft and careful, we were wrong. Maybe he wasn't the monster. Silence, deep silence. In the air above the moon of UCO, Ryan landed slowly in the valley of glass trees. He curled his long, pale body beside a river of blue light. Areum climbed down from his neck, pulling out her drawing pad from her backpack. Stay still, she said, tapping his big nose. Ryan blinked, then stayed perfectly still. Areum began to sketch. A new picture, this time of both of them, flying. In the wind. I think your smile's getting better, she said without looking up. I am trying, Ryan said. His voice was low thunder, gentle now. He had spoken more in the last week than in the past 2,000 years. Suddenly, a soft sound echoed in the distant boots in the grass. Metal suits. Areum turned her head. A group of armored soldiers stepped forward, carefully, weapons lowered but ready. Their leader removed his helmet. A young man with clear eyes, Korean like her. His name was Jisoo. He didn't look angry. Looked confused. I need to talk to you, he said to Areum. She stood, brushing dust from her knees. Okay, you know what he is? He asked, nodding toward Ryan. He's not what you think, she said. He was a war machine. Not anymore, Jisoo sighed. They sent me here to end it, to stop him if needed. Will you? She asked softly. He looked up. Ryan's golden eye watched him, calm. Still, Jisoo shook his head. No, I don't think I can. I don't think I should. Behind him, the soldiers lowered their weapons fully. Areum walked forward, handed him her drawing. It was a picture of Ryan, smiling, with stars in the background and a heart floating near his head. This is who he is now, she said. Jisoo stared at the drawing, then laughed, small and quiet. This changes everything. And it did. In the days that followed, news of Ryan's return spread faster than warships could travel. Planets paused their battles. Children asked questions. Old warriors wept. In silence. Why? Because someone had taught the dragon to feel again. Because the galaxy had forgotten what kindness looked like. And then one day, the council sent a message. Areum sat with Ryan near a lake on a floating island when the message arrived. A glowing drone hovered down from orbit. It opened, and a voice began to speak. Areum of Earth, you are invited to the first Galactic Harmony Summit. Please bring the dragon. We want to listen. Ryan looked at her. Listen, Areum smiled. Yeah, they want to hear what you have to say. I do not know what to say. Just be honest, she said. The Hall of Unity was the biggest room Areum had ever seen, bigger than a stadium. Lights hung from clouds. Creatures from over 700 planets sat in floating chairs. Cameras buzzed. Screens flashed. When Ryan entered, the room went completely still. He bowed his head. Wings folded. Areum walked beside him. Not in front, not behind, beside. The grand voice of the council stood. Dragon Ryan, you are free. Do you fly now, not to burn, but to protect? Ryan's voice echoed gently. Because one child was brave enough to ask if I was hurting, Areum added. Sometimes monsters just need someone to talk to. Laughter. Then clapping. Then silence again. And the grand voice said, What do you wish now? Areum looked. At Ryan. He nodded. She said, We want to help. Yes, fix broken places. Heal the things war forgot. They traveled. From burned moons to shattered rings. Ryan and Areum brought change. Not with weapons, but with understanding. They rebuilt old cities. Brought food to dying planets. In every place they landed, children came running. Some brought flowers. Some brought drawings. Some brought thorns they didn't know how to pull. Areum helped. Ryan watched, learned, spoke. He became something new, not a dragon of destruction. A guardian the galaxy called them the girl and the flame. But to each other, they were just Areum and Ryan. Years passed, the stars changed. Peace slowly returned, but no one ever forgot the day. The cameras caught that first moment when a small human girl touched a dragon's hurt paw and said softly, This might sting, because that moment changed everything. It reminded the galaxy that kindness is not weakness. Strength can be gentle, that even ancient monsters can heal, if someone just dares to see the pain.